when you are trying to do it by yourself without any kind of training, you make all kinds of mistakes. Here is an example. This is a broken drill bit for wood. Why did it break? Most problem, everything breaks because of overheating. You forget to cool it, the metal become hot in the center, you have a thermal gradient. It is hot in one point, it's cold in the other point. You have a stress and you have a break. Question is, why does it overheat? That is the most serious question. If you look at here, this is a wood drilling bit. How it drills? It drills by the leading edge. First, you have to have a screw, that part right here, that hooks to that center the drill in the wood. Then this is the cutting edge right here. This is the very important, the very beginning of it. This part right here. So this was a great bit. It was very sharp, as you see, and it was not dull. I will show you the other one that is dull, that is useless. So why did this one break? Simply because if you look at the cutting portion, the diameter of the shaft is very small, and the cutting portion is almost twice the diameter from the outside periphery. So this is not a very safe drill on hardwood. That one broke because that was a very beautiful drill. It goes very smooth. But it has a great disadvantage. It only works in soft wood. And you have to be very careful in holding it vertical. For example, after I broke this one, after a lot of mistakes, I discovered that this is the best drill. You can say, well, this is the metal drill. It works on wood. It works great in hardwood. If you compare this one with this one, you discover a problem. Here, in the metal one, the central part that supports the drilling part is very thick. On the wood, it is very thin. Another thing is the slope of the cutting edge on the metal, not very steep, very slow. On the wood is very steep, which means the length of the drilling part right here in the wood is very long, gets hot very quick. The torque on this one, the lateral torque of cutting is huge. This one, the torque is much less. That is why it doesn't get hot very quick. Metal, the bulk of metal in this one is great, so it doesn't break quick. Look at the cross section here, you can tell. The metal drill has plenty of bulk metal to dissipate heat. The wooden part doesn't have that much metal in the center. Doesn't mean that the metal one is not going to break. It broke right here, and it broke my heart too, right here. This was this one I like it so much because it was so long, but it broke because it gets hot, and any misalignment will make it rupture. The other thing, all these drills have very serious disadvantage that the cutting diameter is huge compared to the central shaft, which means you have lateral torque will stress the central shaft, and it will make it break. It doesn't work. This one doesn't work on hardwood. Simply, it is not for hardwood. What happened? You have a nice drill. This is the wood drill. It looks great. But you can say this is the most useless drill you ever buy. Most useless. Look what happened here. Here it got that edge become dull. I can put my finger on it. It is dull right here. And if you look at here, This is not going to cut. So this become dull. That sharp edge here is gone. It is dull. So when you turn this in the wood, it hook. That screw will make it catch the wood. But then you start having burning black charring because it spins. It spins, creates friction, but it doesn't advance. So what good is the rest of it? It is not good at all. You can say it just guides the debris out of the hole, but none of this is important in the cutting. The most important part in the cutting is leading part. Everything else here is just a waste of metal. Doesn't do any good. As soon as you ruin the leading edge, that drill is useless. I have to throw it back in the closet until I have time to sharpen it. That portion here have to be sharpened. That portion here have to be sharpened. Let me show you one that is very sharp. This one right here. That is not used. This is the sharp edge right here. This edge right in the front. This is the cutting part right here. That's like a razor blade. Once you use it in hardwood, it is destroyed. The only important part of this whole drill is that portion right here. Once you lose it, the whole thing is useless. Yeah, it's sharp here too, but this is not going to help you if it doesn't advance in the wood. This is a lesson that you learn by looking at the drill. It impresses you. You think, oh boy, this is going to drill great. None of this is important as much as this portion right here in the front. This is what is going to make it advance in the wood. If it doesn't advance, none of that will help you. Let us go to the second drill. This one right here. This one looks great. This is not going to work on hardwood. Because this cuts only on this portion right here and on this portion right here. This is the cutting edge. These two, that edge, and that edge. Once the three edges are dull, this is useless. Let me show you a dull one. Here is the one that I used. If you use this one anymore, it's going to create a lot of charring. First, it broke in the top. Number two, this part here become dull, gone. This portion here become dull. Look at that. This is dull. There is no sharp edges here. So this one become useless. This is useless. You have to sharpen it. It is useless. If you compare these two, remember, this only works on soft wood. If you work it on hard wood, you are going to lose it. This is sharp. This is sharp. This one is not sharp. This one is destroyed. And as we said, in the wood drills, the most important part is the leading cutting edge, not the remaining of the drill. The remaining of the drill is just a bad idea. Here is a drill. This one is not used yet. Yeah, it is not used and sharp and it looks great. This one I give up on it. Can you use this kind of drills? The problem with this, as soon as you exceed that thickness, you're stuck, so you cannot make really a deep hole with this one. I was going to go out and buy a couple of this. This is a long, nice, 1 foot long. The most important part of it is only that portion right here. But if you break it, you regret it. You just have to go out and find another one. Then that large and the huge and the nice looking drill is useless. Why it is useless? It is destroyed right here. That portion here is destroyed. So this portion right here have to be sharpened. It doesn't cut at all anymore. Even though all these edges are the spiral, all of them are very sharp, but if it is dull here, it is not going to do any good. Another problem you run into, here is a beautiful drill, a metal drill, it's so good. For some reason, I cannot find anything to fit it, to make it fit on my drill. It's very thick here. I cannot make it fit at all. If somebody knows, have any idea how to fit this on a regular drill, like, God, I don't know how many inches that is. This one looks like it's half an inch. Sitting here, I wanted to use it badly, but I cannot. I cannot fit it on my drill.